Warning. This video contains graphic fatality depictions that might be unsuitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. I say that for the third and final time, at least concerning the Monsterverse, and at least for now, as T-Rexcellent fans re-react to 10 horrible ways to die while in the Hollow Earth. Please enjoy, and please remember that you were warned. And also, please remember to like and subscribe if you do enjoy.
Graphic depictions and fatality simulations that might be disturbing for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Thank you, dear. I already said that, but thank you.
Previously on this channel, we witnessed 20 nightmarish ways to die in Skull Island, along with the
Nightmarish
creatures
is
that
right.
will send you to the afterlife in the most painful ways possible.
Oh, you
But
don't say.
There's more. Another
Wait,
world.
there is?
Deep beneath our feet. A place so hard to reach that even trying to get to it could even kill you. The Hollow Earth. Today,
Wait,
we will
so we're not going to Middle Earth?
New biome,
Aw.
with new monsters,
I wanted to
and
see Smog.
consequently, new ways to get killed.
Okay, still the Hollow
So
Earth's pretty
strap
cool.
on, pay close attention, and throw out that bowl of pasta
Okay.
as we dive in deep at the new 8 ways to die in the Hollow Earth. Number 1. Nosedive to hell.
What?
In some ways, hell would probably be a mercy compared to the stuff that could happen to you down here. Just trying to access this place sucks. In
Is
two Monsterverse
now a good
installments,
time for me
King
to
of
mention that I'm
Monsters
afraid of
and
heights.
Godzilla vs. Kong, we witnessed 2 ways you can access the Hollow Earth or places near it. The first is through an underwater vortex, tunnels in the deep that pull down any passing vessels at
I'm
high
also a great
speeds
swimmer.
with the risk of crashing into any obstacles. The most dangerous one is going to be one of these Hollow Earth portals. And as we can see in this scene, these guys jumped through this weird veil extremely fast.
Wait, what's happening? I'm feeling...
Accessing these portals is very dangerous because of a phenomenon known as G-force. In simple terms, G-force is
Tell
a
us
measure of
more.
acceleration. For example, 1G is the acceleration you feel right now, thanks to the Earth's gravity, aka the force
You
that
don't
keeps you planted on the
say.
ground. But let's say you were in a craft traveling much faster than the speed of sound, hit a gravity inversion, and suddenly stop. Not good. Your body is designed to pump blood in a certain direction. Any G-force
Okay, I think it's 7 now.
direction could cause blood to rush
Wait,
to your head.
what's
for
happening?
Example,
Oh,
causing
no.
flashes could burst in your eyes, instigating something called a readout. And then, if that happens long enough, your brain will basically bleed to death. You can imagine how painful this would feel. Massive creatures such as titans aren't as affected by these forces, but you are.
Stop. Okay. I finally got it to stop.
Your best bet is to be on board a Hollow Earth anti-gravity vehicle.
Unfortunately, they don't make them in my size.
To somewhat protect you from wonky effects of the Hollow Earth's gravity. But not even these could protect you from the creatures we're about to discuss. Number 2.
1 down, 7 to go.
Masticated.
Masticated.
For those that don't know, this basically means chewed. And
Oh.
there is a species of monster
Why'd you just say
down
chewed?
here that does just that. The Phenodons, or more popularly known as Doug.
Aw, he's so adorable. Isn't he adorable?
In search of food.
Seriously, I want one of these as a
Spiny bats
pet.
make them difficult to see in this terrain, as we see that these guys didn't even notice them close by. So back to
Wow,
you.
he
Let's
came
say
out of
you're
nowhere.
in an open rocky area, and all of
Just
a
like a
sudden
T-Rex
you
in
feel the
Jurassic
ground
Park.
shake and see a 100 feet tall lizard with its mouth open come at you at fast speeds. Because you're so small, this lizard would have to turn its head sideways and snap its jaws shut. For you, this means that half of your body would be inside its mouth, almost certainly cutting you in half. If you've seen our previous videos on this subject, you will know that you probably are still alive for a few seconds.
There are a
Your last
lot
sight
of
will be your
creatures
mutilated body
in the
traveling down
Monsterverse
a
that just, like,
long,
biting
dark
humans in half,
esophagus,
isn't
where
there?
you will be digested and your remains gone forever. Number 3, clawed to death.
Clawed to
If you
death.
suffer from coulrophobia, click away now. Let's roll
I would
back a
ask
little
if
to
we
what
have
Doug
velociraptors
ate
in this
earlier.
video, but
Most people watching
I already
this
made that
video
joke
do
once.
not have any idea how big these guys actually are. These are known as arachnoclaws. Although
Fun fact,
they look like crustaceans
these
or
and
crabs,
Doug are
these
actually also named
vertebrates,
after creatures
meaning that they
in
have an endoskeleton,
Peter Jackson's King
and
Kong.
in this case, an exoskeleton as well. What makes these guys so dangerous are these pincer-like appendages equipped with claws. These grab smaller organisms and bring them close to that beaked insect-like mouth, where any unfortunate crew member would get chewed into very small pieces.
You don't
A
say.
single wound from those claws would
Ooh,
impale the human
that's gotta
skull,
hurt.
causing immediate death. And that's if you're lucky. The more unfortunate people who get grabbed and placed inside its mouth would get chewed and cut into small pieces, leaving a bloody mess on the floor. Remember, if you see one, there are probably more of them around.
Right away.
4.
Right away.
Sliced and diced.
Oh boy. Oh
So
no.
you heard that entering the Hollow Earth through a portal sucks, and instead you want to try the vortex? Well, it isn't better down here either. During the
Yeah,
more or less
I can't
recent
swim that
events
well.
that took place in 2019, different titans and other life forms revealed themselves to the Earth's surface, including these little guys. These don't have
Kaiju
an
piranha.
official name, but we'll call this school of fish a genitor swarm. Each individual fish compared to a human is quite large. By estimating the size of these fish next to Godzilla himself,
Also, I highly
we can
recommend
see that
you
these
go out
things
and
could be
buy the
about
comic
same
Godzilla
size
Dominion.
as some of the larger modern-day sharks. Remember,
I love
there's
both
a
it and
whole
Kingdom Kong,
swarm
but
of
between the
these,
two of
but
them,
even just
I
one of
do
this
think
type of
Godzilla
fish
Dominion
enough to
is
dismember
the
a
better
single
comic.
human. This
Though it is very
fish's
close.
mouth is similar to the more widely known Dunkleosteus, an extinct armored fish with jaws that can slice through all
Ugh.
flesh, bone, and armor. These clean
Those
cuts
fish are
would cause
creepy.
your appendages to be sliced right off. A bite on the torso would mean your intestines would be released, attracting the horde of fish to finish you off. This would be
It's a feeding
quick
frenzy.
death. But now you're about to learn you were killed only because something else told them to. Number 5, swallowed alive.
I think we've been here before.
So what commanded these fish to get you? Simple, an even larger fish. So
It's always
large
a bigger
that this
fish.
creature could be around 200 feet long. Again, there is no official name classification for this one, but it is commonly known as the murder fish, for good reason.
Pleasant name.
Realistically, being this deep in the ocean would crush your body due to the immense pressure. But let's say you were wearing a diving suit capable of resisting these immense pressures.
Okay.
Now you are faced with a murder fish, a malevolent and crazy animal whose primal instinct is to kill. A confrontation with
It
an
must be
animal
if it's
this
crazy enough to
large would
attack
only
Godzilla.
end with you getting swallowed whole. But what's it like getting swallowed by a giant fish? Let's find out. Once this giant fish opens its mouth, the water surrounding it would get siphoned in, pulling you inside, through the esophagus and inside its massive stomach.
Oh, that's
Your diving
horrifying.
suit can only protect you for a certain amount of time before the fish's enzymes disintegrate it. At this point, you will, 1, run out of oxygen before the enzymes eat through your suit, or 2, the enzymes eat through the suit and your outer skin gets devoured by the enzymes while you are breathing toxic gases.
Yeah, I figured
Talk
as
about
much.
a bad way to get expelled from existence. Number 6, ambushed and impaled.
What is it with these creatures
So
and
the water
impaling
isn't
other
safe,
living
and neither
creatures?
is the water. But what about the sky? After all, you're flying in a futuristic craft that can resist gravity inversions. But maybe not this. In the Hollow Earth, there is
Smaug?
no such thing as safe. Meet the Warbat, an extremely long serpentine
Really?
titan with
It looks
jaws
more like a
that
cobra.
can crunch through just about anything. Not to mention that these spikes.
Also, I
are
really
venom
love these
tipped.
creatures. They look awesome.
Realistically,
Damn,
it
that is a
would be
badass
too
looking
small
snake.
for the Warbat to try to pick you off with these tips. A more feasible way to get killed by a warbat is similar to what happened to these guys. In other words, to get hunted by these creatures, you would most likely have to be airborne.
Ooh.
But let's pay close
That was
attention to these teeth. As we can see, these vary in size. But if you're
I love
impaled
the
by
sounds
these,
they make.
the narrower
So
width of
unique.
those teeth would mean that you would get stuck. Your body would slide down the shaft and remain impaled until shaken off or eaten.
You don't say.
Number 7, eviscerated. In GVK, we were introduced to another flying creature
Oh, no.
who would get up close and personal.
We're back in the
with its
cave
friends,
with bat
the
creatures.
hellhawk.
This can't go well.
Concept art of this creature suggests that this animal could grow quite large compared to humans, and possibly even up to sub-titan proportions. The
Wow.
smaller ones
That is a
are
big
the ones
hellhawk.
to watch out for. Say you try to find refuge in a cave, but then find yourself in the middle of a
Don't get me wrong, it's a cool
hellhawk
name, but it
field.
doesn't really look like a hawk.
Stay down. Getting
It's more like an
picked up
owl.
violently by these creatures could possibly dislocate your shoulder joints.
Ooh,
The pain has
that's gonna
only
hurt.
just begun. Take a look at this beak. In the real world,
Okay.
hooked beaks belonging to birds of prey are made for piercing
Ooh.
and pulling flesh. A small creature like you on
That
the wrong
rattlesnake's
side
having
of
a good
that
day.
beak would get torn apart. If facing down like this fella, one bite from the hellhawk would rip out the ribs or even the spine, not to mention your guts. But just when you thought nothing could get worse in the hollow,
I think that guy is feeling a
it
real
would be
pain in
the
his back
perfect
right now.
time to meet the most elusive predator beneath your feet.
What?
Number 8, death from below.
But how? We're already in the
it's
center of
now
the
evident
earth.
that being on the ground, in the air, and underwater are totally bad ideas.
So we're pretty much just,
What about
you know,
underground?
dead.
Let's go see what this guy
Huh?
is doing. This nice, flat, and soft patch of dirt and water seems like a nice place to build a shelter to hide from the never-ending horrors of this place. As he begins to build, it is now evident that he, along with everyone with him, are potential prey for this. This
Oh no.
thing is known
Oh, no.
as a Shimida. This
Oh,
creature
no.
unfortunately never made it to the final stages of film development for GVK, but it is acknowledged as a hollow earth residing creature. These
That's it, I'm going back to
guys
Skull
live
Island.
underground with their mouths open on the surface.
Cannot be worse than
This
this.
mouth is made up of a total of 6 mandibles edged with sharp teeth. Inside is another set of jaws tasked with chewing anything that hasn't been killed yet.
Seriously,
once
that
these
is not a
jaws
kaiju, that is an
shut,
alien
nothing
abomination.
is coming out. The humans inside would now be dropped into a vertical chamber of death. As this creature's many teeth chew on these humans from all directions, these guys will become chunks of meat. Out of all the ways to die in this episode, this one is the hardest to escape from. One last
Yeah, no
thing.
kidding.
It is suggested that this animal could be in its first metamorphic stage,
Wait.
meaning that like Mothra or the Mutos, these guys could evolve into something even more dangerous.
Oh
Do
my
you think
god, no
we'll ever
god.
see these guys feast on humans in a future MonsterVerse film? Do you think this franchise will even continue?
I certainly
Let us
hope it
know
does.
in the comments. For more
And I certainly
fun
believe it will.
documentaries like this and more information on dinosaurs, kaiju, and ways to die, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel.
Same for my
Thanks
channel,
so
guys.
much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Thank you, Goji Center.